the page displays the employee information. Here, employee information. We build a search page and we given the search keys, alternate search keys, we build all these scenarios. Now, we will add some more functionality to this page today. As of now, whenever I am coming on to this page, every time I am able to see only one employee. Every time, almost 6 employees are there in the component record, but every time I can access only one employee data. This is called level 0. Venkat, where is this level? Where are these levels? In the page, if you check the order, there is a level. What does this level indicate? Level indicates the relationship of parent and child. Parent and child. Let us say, now I would like to create a child on this page. Child in the sense, employee can have number of dependents. Let us say your spouse and your children all are dependents. I would like to display those information also on the page. But those are multiple rows. There is a possibility of more than one row. Am I right, Madhuri?
Yeah.
How can I display? First of all, dependent is directly related to the employee, right?
Yeah.
Purely depends on the employee data. First of all, to build a relationship, a parent and child relationship, first of all, we have to build a parent and child relationship in the record level. Very important concept. If you not understood, please raise your question and ready to answer. Now, this is the employee table, which is holding all these information: employee ID, name, joining date, gender, and comments. Let us say today I am creating one more field which is carrying, which will capture the dependent information, dependent ID. Now I would like to create one dependent table for this. Dependent table. Now my dependent table should be a child of this employee table. Whenever you are creating a child record in Peoplesoft database or in the database, first make sure all the key fields from the parent should be placed in child, like this. How many key fields are there in the parent? All the key fields should come up in child. Next, your child fields, dependent ID. I will use this name as dependent name now. Okay. Next, age of the dependent. I am using the existing field from the database, age. But in this dependent table, I would like to make dependent ID as a key. Why? Why? Because you are the employee. You are adding your data, dependent data. You are giving D01 and you added your last name. Again, you are giving D01 for your child, but it is not correct, right?
Yeah.
You getting the point?
Yeah.
And to overcome those scenarios, I am creating one child key field. Okay. Just say that we are done. IBM dependent table. It is dependent table. Build it and check the database structure. Let's say query your dependent table now. So let's start from PS. Dependent table. It will give you the structure. Employee ID, dependent ID, name and age. Why we should place the employee ID in the dependent table? Why? Because whenever I am talking about the dependents, First of all, I have to consider the employee. Without employee consideration, how do you talk about the deployment? Are you clear?
Yeah.
That was the reason we created it. Now, I would like to create a structure on the page. Let us say, just I am adjusting fields like this to give enough space. Here, in this space, I would like to create my dependents. Fine. How can I create it? Try to just drag and drop. When I'm giving this drag and drop option, where I'm giving the option to my users to add multiple rows. If I'm giving this drag and drop option, here it will show you the dependent tag. But it's not that. I need some functionality to give the user. I would like to build some functionality like user should add multiple rows in this dependent structure. To build that, open your page, go to the insert option, select the option, scroll area. Just drag like this. Whenever you place it in the scroll area, check the order, the level is increased. Level is number 1. That means child of this level 0 you are placing now. This is the heading of the scroll area is scroll area. I would like to change it. Just change it. Simply here, title, dependent details. Dependent details. Just add your dependent now. Dependent ID, dependent name, and age of the dependent. If the order carefully, all should come under level 1. Okay, now just, even you double click the scroll area, here you will see occurs level is on 1.
Okay.
Click on OK, save it, we are done. Now access your page, you will see the functionality now. Employee number 1, here you can add the dependent, like let's say D01, dependent 1. What is that? I can add one tuple rows by adding new row here, D02. I can save it. Now you can check the database dependent table. It will show you like this. These two dependents are related to this. This is the functionality we built just now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
Now, how many levels can I build like this? Like let's say, dependent is child of employee. How many levels? That means how many childs I can create. 2 more childs I can create. That means level 2 and level 3. Level 2 is a child of level 1. Level 3 is a child of level 2. That is the maximum level. Level 3 is the last level. Now we are going to create all these levels. Let us say we are assuming our functionality. Your dependent educational details I would like to capture. Okay? What are all the education fee completed? That means institution information, where he studied. Then that particular institution information is purely dependent on this dependent table, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm creating a record. Now I'm building a child record for this dependent table. Then what are all the fields I have to drag and drop here?
Employee ID and dependent ID.
Absolutely, you're right. That means a simple sentence. All the key fields from the parent, that's it. There is no other stuff. Now I am adding my own fields to my record. Institution, let's say institution, and institution description. Okay. For my institution table, I am making institution as a key. to avoid duplicates. Now save it. Build it. Once you understood first level, other levels are pretty common. Now, Venkat, can I build the same on the page? Yes, absolutely. You can just insert one more area on the page like this. Here, in this scroll area, I would like to display the institution. First, I would like to change the heading of the scroll area. Double click the scroll area. Here it is showing level 1 again, but you have to change it manually, level 2. Number of levels we can place on the page. Like let's say, employee can have number of dependents, employee can perform jobs in multiple departments also. I can capture such type of information on the page, right?
Yeah.
That means dependent and department both are related to employee. Now, but what I am doing now, I am creating a child of this dependent. Because of the reason I am placing it's level 2. Label of this scroll area is, let's say, education information. Okay, now I am placing my institution information here. Institution, academic institution, institution description. Like this. Okay, now just check the order, make sure both fields are in level 2. Save it. Now you can check it here on the page. Here you will see, observe carefully, the education information scroll is within the dependent scroll. Now I am adding the institution information for my dependent ID number 1, INS1 ABC. Now I am adding one more row for the same dependent, INS2 DEF. Whenever I am moving to my next dependent, obviously institution information will be flushed like this. Now I am adding INS1 again for my dependent 2 ABC. Next INS2, let's say XYZ. Now save it. Now check the database structure, how they built the data in the records. So we'll start from INS table. Observe carefully, it has 4 rows, but first 2 institutions are under the dependent ID number 1, under the employee ID number 1. Next 2 institutions are under dependent ID number 2, under employee ID. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Now, by mistaken, you changed this as level 1. Then what will happen in the front end? Just observe carefully what happened.
A different level came.
It's separated, right?
Yeah.
There is no relationship. Got my point? Now there is no relationship in between these two.
So now education information is scaled to the level 0?
Yes.
Okay.
But you built like that by mistaken. Now, it's showing 1 of 4. Earlier it shows 1 of 2 for one dependent, 1 of 2 for second dependent. Now you change it to second dependent, it won't change for you. Why? Because there is no relation.
Yeah.
Now, observe carefully, by changing it to level 2, how the scroll behaves, institution scroll behaves for you. Now, 1 of 2. These 2 institutions are related to this dependent, right?
Yeah.
Now change to dependent 2. Again, these two institutions are related to second dependent. In this way, we will build the structure of the page. Are you clear as of now?
Yeah.
Any queries or any doubts, any confusion?